Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and what I thought we would do for this video is give you guys, as well as Raven Software, my Modern Warfare Remastered wish list, right? So the day this video is actually being recorded is one day before Christmas Eve. It's actually December 23rd, so I thought it kind of fit with the theme a little bit. Let's give a holiday wish list for Raven Software, things that I think would be good if they were to change about the game or update about the game in one way or another that would benefit the player base as a whole. Feel free to disagree with some of the points I'm going to be making here in this video, because of course we're all entitled to our own opinion, but these are just going to be 12 things that I think would make Modern Warfare Remastered a better game in the long run. Now, kind of like as a caveat going forward, I'm not going to be discussing supply drops because I think that topic has been just beaten into the ground, and also there are going to be some negative things here. Like, some people seem to get upset if I discuss things in a negative light about Call of Duty, like, oh, you're just so negative, all you do is complain. It's like, that's how constructive criticism works here. I'm not complaining just to complain. I'm offering counterpoints and things they could do to improve the game. I'm not just whining for the sake of doing that. Like, obviously, that's silly, and why would people ever do that? So, just as a caveat going forward, sure, there are going to be some negative things in here, but overall, it's just going to be constructive criticism and things that I think would benefit Modern Warfare Remastered in the long run. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. So, the number one thing on my holiday wish list would be improving the servers for Modern Warfare Remastered. And I hope they actually do this with some of the money that they're going to be making from supply drops, because that's what a bunch of games do. Games that have microtransactions or like an in-game shop, even though the game itself costs money to buy in the first place, is typically they take some of that extra money and they put it back into the game to give you free updates or make the game better in one way or another. I hope that Raven Software and Activision are working to make the servers for Modern Warfare Remastered a little bit better, because I've shown you guys examples in the past. The lag compensation in this game is pretty bad, and it's getting to the point where it's actually affecting my ability to enjoy Modern Warfare Remastered, because I feel as though a lot of the gunfights I get into, they're kind of just coin tosses, because what's happening on my screen may not necessarily be happening on their screen. Like, I'm showing you guys examples of me shooting on my screen and hitting the guy, but it's just not registering on their screen, and therefore I die. Or maybe I'm going around the corner, but on their screen I'm not around the corner yet. I hate when that stuff happens. It makes it feel like I feel slighted. I'll just say, like, I don't enjoy the game as much if I'm dying all the time and it's not really my fault. It's like a server-based connection thing. And some people, of course, will always come out and say, well, get better internet. It doesn't happen to me. I think those people just don't pay enough attention, because I have really good internet, especially for like where I'm from. Like, this is the best I could possibly get. I pay an absurd amount of money to get the internet connection that I have, and I play on a 5 millisecond response time monitor. Like, I'm getting this information to myself as fast as possible. Like, it's not on my end, it's a server-based thing. What's happening on my screen is not necessarily happening on their screen all the time, and I hope that they're putting money into improving the servers in one way or another to make it better for everybody involved, because I'm not the only person that's experiencing this. Everybody experiences this, and I hope they fix the servers, make it better. Similar to Overwatch. Overwatch had a very similar issue when it first came out. The tick rate was rather low, and they had to gradually improve it over time. They couldn't just like make it go from like, I don't know, like an 11 tick rate to like a 20 tick rate overnight, because apparently like 2 million people would suddenly not be able to play. So it's going to be a work in progress, but I hope they're always going to be working on the servers and making it so we have the smoothest, best online connection that we possibly can. The number two thing here on my holiday wish list will, of course, be the spawn system. Now, I don't want to go too long with the spawn system, but as you guys know, it's not quite in line with what was like back in Call of Duty 4. They are flipping a lot. Like, I'm sure you guys have played on Bog. I don't understand the spawn logic on that map at all. They just put people randomly everywhere all the time for really no reason. Like, even in Domination, we have A and B, they're spawning me at C, and it really makes no sense for them to do that. So I hope they work with the spawn system a little bit more. It seems to flip a ton. Like, I have clips of me spawning on one side of the map, dying, spawning on the other side of the map, dying, and then being put back on the other side of the map. And it's like, that's not how it was back in Call of Duty 4. Like, this was our side, that was their side, meet in the middle and have a team deathmatch in the middle of the map, right? That's how it always was. But now it's like just people constantly flipping, and just, I hope they go back to the Call of Duty 4 system, make these spawns like they were back in Call of Duty 4. Number 3 would, of course, be fixing Collaterals. Like, I feel so bad for the sniping community here in Modern Warfare Remastered, because they've been waiting for a game like Modern Warfare Remastered for a very long time. And when they finally get it, it doesn't have working collaterals. Like, you can't hit a collateral very easily, or you can't hit a triple, even though everything's lined up and it should just work. Like, I hope they get this fixed in the future. I have no idea how the game has been out for as long as it has, and it hasn't been fixed yet, but hopefully they're continuing to work on collaterals. Number 4, and this is actually something that we're going to start entering territory of actually changing the core game mechanics from what they were like back in Call of Duty 4, but I would love for them to remove player collision. I hate bumping into teammates, like spawning in at search and destroy and being behind people, trying to run down the tunnel on showdown, always bumping into people. Like, player collision is so annoying. When I play Infinite Warfare, which is not very often, I love the fact that I'm not bumping into my teammates. Like, that's such an amazing addition to the Call of Duty franchise. And honestly, even though it's not quite in line with what it was like back in Call of Duty 4, I think Modern Warfare Remastered would be a better game if we didn't have player collision. Number 5 is actually going to be the ability to aim airstrikes. And the reason why I want them to actually give us the option to aim our airstrikes is because right now airstrikes are pure luck. What you guys are looking at on your screen right now are the amount of airstrikes I've called in versus the amount of airstrikes I've actually gotten kills with. I have more airstrikes called in than I do actual kills with airstrikes, and the reason why is airstrikes are pretty much just luck as to whether or not you're actually going to get a kill. So if you guys don't know how airstrikes work here in Modern Warfare Remastered, you pick a spot for your airstrike and you call it in. Once you call it in, these jets are actually going to drop the airstrike in on the map. You can see them flying in the sky. The problem is that these jets come in from a random direction, so you can place it in a very good spot, but it's just going to come in a bad direction or a bad angle, drop the bombs at the wrong time, and they're actually going to be hitting the sides of buildings and stuff like that, rather than actually landing where you want it to land. It's complete luck as to whether or not your airstrike is actually going to get you kills. And keep in mind, I'm somebody who plays a lot of hardpoint, ground war, and domination. Like, I should be getting a ton of airstrike kills, but I'm not, because most of the time they just hit the side of a building. Like, for example, District. Have you ever tried to drop an airstrike when the opposing team is spawning at the A flag on District? Like, it's near impossible because you have to get so lucky, otherwise it's just going to hit one of the buildings. So I think it'd be cool if we could aim the direction that the planes are going to come in. It would add a little bit of a skill factor to the game, trying to actually like squeeze in this airstrike in between two buildings and stuff like that. I think it'd be best for the game as a whole. I know it's not in line with what it was like back in Call of Duty 4, but I think it would be good for the game as a whole for them to actually give us the ability to aim our airstrikes and not just rely on luck. Because let's be honest here, nobody likes relying on luck. Nobody likes calling in an airstrike on a good spot and having it just do nothing. It's really annoying when that happens. Number 6 is going to be reworking the helicopter AI, because if you guys don't know, here in Modern Warfare Remastered, helicopters actually have threat. Like, you can generate threat against an opposing helicopter, which is going to get it to actually shoot at you. One of the things that you can do to get the opposing team helicopter to target you and want to hunt you down is just simply being high up on the scoreboard, which is really frustrating, right? Like, if you're number 1 or number 2 on your team and the opposing team calls in a helicopter, that helicopter by default is going to be gunning for you, which is really frustrating, because if you're number 1 or number 2 on your team, chances are you're not the reason that guy got a helicopter, so you're being punished for what your teammates did, which is super frustrating, right? Like, it's already bad enough that you have bad teammates that are giving the opposing team a helicopter, but now the helicopter is specifically hunting you down. So I think it'd be cool if they were to actually rework the helicopter AI a little bit, have it maybe punish the people that gave the guy a helicopter in the first place, as compared to punishing you for being on top of the scoreboard. Like, it's super frustrating wherever that happens. So I think it'd be nice if they were to rework the helicopter AI in one way or another. Number 7 would be making the player count visible, right? This is actually a very big deal to me. I would love it if they were to make the player count overall visible in Modern Warfare Remastered, to see exactly how many people are online, how many people are in each individual playlist. Now, of course, they actually tell us percentages, like, for example, 21% of all the people online are playing Team Deathmatch, but I think it'd be cool if we could see exactly how many people were online. Number 8, and this is something that really bothers me, and I hope they actually do this in the future: removing either Team Deathmatch or Kill Confirmed from Ground War. One of the two, doesn't need to be both, but just one of the two, right? Because I love playing Ground War. I think a lot of you guys do as well. And I love Ground War Domination. It's like my favorite thing in all of Call of Duty is Ground War Domination, right? But the thing is, since they added Kill Confirmed to the game, they changed up the original Call of Duty 4 formula for Ground War, which was just Team Deathmatch and Domination, and added in Kill Confirmed. And as a result, we barely play Domination while playing Ground War anymore. Like, it's always Team Deathmatch or Kill Confirmed. turn. Very rarely can we actually play domination, so I would love for them to remove one of them. I don't care which one, honestly. If I could choose, maybe get rid of Team Deathmatch. I don't know, but get rid of either Team Deathmatch or Kill Confirm from Ground War to make it so we can actually play Ground War domination a little bit more. That is the second best option, I think, compared to just giving us a full 9-on-9 domination playlist. The number 9 thing here on this list is actually going to be giving you the ability to choose your prestige icon once you get to the max prestige in the game. I was actually just shocked to see that this was not a feature of Modern Warfare Remastered. After seeing it in Black Ops 3, why would we not have this in Modern Warfare Remastered? Like, I am somebody who loves the 10th prestige icon from Call of Duty 4, which is also the 10th prestige icon here in Modern Warfare Remastered, but I also would like to get up to 20th prestige, but I don't want to lose that 10th prestige icon, so it would be very cool if, just like in Black Ops 3, once we got up to 20th prestige, we could go back and choose our prestige icon going forward. I could go with the COD 4 10th prestige icon, or the 3rd prestige icon, or the 9th prestige icon, or whatever, right? Just give us the same system that we had in Black Ops 3, and I think everybody would be happy, and it seems like a very easy thing for them to implement. The number 10 thing here on this list is going to be something that I think may be a bit more difficult to achieve, but making characters pop a little bit more. I think most people can agree, especially when they first start playing the game. Like, after a while, you get kind of used to it, but the players are very difficult to see here in Modern Warfare Remastered. Like, playing on Bog, it's very difficult to see people. Like, downrange, it's very hard just to see people. For whatever reason, like, people blend in very well here in Modern Warfare Remastered, which, I mean, the game is beautiful. The character models are great. The character, design and the art style on the characters is fantastic. I love the maps themselves, but something about the two, they just work together. And one great thing about Call of Duty 4 is the graphics were so basic and minuscule that, like, it was very easy to see people across the map. Like, the characters themselves, they popped very much compared to the background, right? But that's not really the case here in Modern Warfare Remastered. So I don't know what they could do to fix that, but I think it'd be awesome if we could just see characters a little bit easier. Like, for example, once again, going back to Bog, I have a very hard time seeing people on Bog, especially if they're a good distance away, whereas in Call of Duty 4, that was not an issue for me whatsoever. So hopefully that's something they could work on. Number 11 would be giving us the ability to mute all players in-game. Now, I know there's an option to do that while you're actually in the pre-game lobby, but actually in a match itself, I would love to just hit 2 buttons and just make it so everybody in the lobby is muted. I know it's a small quality of life improvement, but it's a quality of life improvement nonetheless. And the number 12, the final thing here on my list, would actually be party indicators. I think it'd be nice if when we join the lobby, we could tell if there was like a party of 6 in that lobby, or a party of 2, a party of 4. It's helpful, it's useful. Like, if there's a party of 9 on the other team in Ground War, maybe you'd want to consider backing out, but right now we really have no idea. It's hard to tell who's in a party, who's together, what's going on there, right? So I think it would be nice if we had party indicators. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to conclude my little wish list here for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Those are going to be 12 things that would either change about the game or add to the game that would benefit it in the long run. These, of course, are just my opinions. I'd love to hear what you guys think about them down there in the comment section below. And what would you change about Modern Warfare Remastered? What would you guys do to make Modern Warfare Remastered a better game for everybody going forward? I'd love to read about that, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are all enjoying your holiday season. I apologize for the somewhat irregular upload schedule over the past couple of days. Like, this video is going up late. I didn't have a video yesterday. Just so much is going on with the holiday season. Shopping and visiting friends and family. It's only going to get worse. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. After that, it's going to be Christmas Day, of course, leading up until New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It's a very busy time of the year, so thank you guys for all bearing with me. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all your continued support to me and my YouTube channel. The past couple of months have been absolutely insane. Like, all of the support has been great. I'm really enjoying Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm enjoying building up this little community here on my YouTube channel, and just thank you guys so much for everything you guys do for me. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.